Good morning, everyone. I'm Stephanie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if this is your first visit. Welcome to the darkness of winter mornings. It's so dark outside now. This is going to be a crystal card and an oracle card reading for the sort of week of December 7th through the 14th. We have an extra day in there to get us back on track because I had kind of a weird rotation last week because of the holiday. So we will go from the 7th to the 14th. I wanted to mention something too that I am in love with right now. I'm not affiliated with this company in any way. It's just something I really like. And I was watching a video on Colette Baron-Reid's channel a couple weeks ago, and she was doing some work with this company or had some information about it. It's called Magic Hour Ceremonial Teas, and I am in love with the Lucid Dreams tea. So it's caffeine free. I avoid caffeine like the plague. And it sort of has an herb in it that helps regulate cortisol. So if you drink it in the evenings, you get a better night's sleep. Historically, I am not a great sleeper, so this has been helping me get deeper sleep. But it's just the most beautiful blend of herbs and warming spices. She's got a ton of blends. She has a brick and mortar store in Ojai, California, if you're anywhere near Ojai, and it looked like there were some really neat events there. I unfortunately am not anywhere near Ojai, so I ordered it online. But there's some really neat boxes and glass jars and just beautiful, beautiful tea items that I think are, for me anyway, tea is kind of a self-care thing because I just make it as beautiful as I can and make it into as much of an evening ritual as I can. So just something I'm really liking right now that I wanted to mention. If you have any questions about it, post down below. I'll put a link to her website too down below. The other thing I wanted to mention is I am going to list a yearly oracle card reading in my Etsy store again. A couple people have asked me about that because I didn't have it up yet, and it is December already, mid-December now this week. So I am listing that, and I will run a sale on it. So it'll be 12 cards, one for each month. Just kind of monthly guidance. I did it last year and a lot of people really liked it. So I am going to post it again this year. I'll put a link to that below. So it'll be a 2020 reading and I'll make it 20% off. So that'll be up this week. So on to the reading. And again, we are December 7th through the 14th is what we're going to do this week. And I will draw the Crystal Spirits card first. Just with the intention of what card will be the most supportive for all of us this week. So the one that pops out is Rhodonite, and it's the 47 card if you follow the numerological aspects of these cards. Rhodonite is a super powerful heart chakra or heart center crystal, kind of like rose quartz extra a little bit. It's just got a really nurturing, really heart-centered energy. And I do always, with the Colette Baron-Reid decks, like to read a little bit from them because I think she makes these beautiful little almost novels for her guidebooks. So she says the essential meaning of Rhodonite is harmony in relationships, easily connecting with others, generosity, reciprocity, discovering hidden talents to share with others. So kind of along the same lines as we've been getting the past few weeks about really good communication from our heart centers, sharing with others, being open to receiving as well as giving, and that being kind of a two-way street as far as that heart-centered communication. And also listening to our intuition so that we can kind of filter that through our heart and put it out to everyone so that it will be received in the most beneficial way for everyone, ourselves included. So that's the crystal energy we have this week is Rhodonite. If you don't have Rhodonite in your collection, you can certainly work with it just through the energy of this reading. You can also use other heart chakra crystals like rose quartz, which lots of people have. So then we are going to move on to the wisdom of the oracle for the oracle card portion. And again, just asking what is the message for us collectively this week? What will resonate with everyone most this week and be of the most benefit? What guidance will be of the most benefit this week? And we have two that came out that are a bit stuck together, and I will tell you it's the number 23 card and the number 49 card if you like to look up the numerological aspects. So what came out, the one I saw first was the Peace card. The one that comes out second is the Observer card, which is interesting when you put these two together because it does say stay in a place of quiet contemplation. By being in that observer mode, which does relate to the Rhodonite card and saying, let's take this information in, but let's really sit with it and kind of filter it before we put it back out. And what does that get us? That puts us in a place of peace. It makes us so we don't have to backtrack. If we observe before we put things out, if we filter things through our heart center before we put things out, we don't have to backtrack. We're automatically kind of in a settled place of peace where relationships aren't broken. Things don't have to be mended. Things don't have to be, bridges have never been burned. So we don't have to go back and fix anything. We're in a constant state of peace because we know that the things we have put out have been put out with love and with kindness and with truth. This isn't about only saying things that make people feel good. It's about saying things in a way that is the kindest they can be. You can always speak your truth. Don't ever be afraid to do that. Just run it through your heart filter first so that you're saying it in the way that is the kindest and most truthful. And then you will always get to a place where relationships are not broken. They may have to be let go sometimes, but they're let go in the kindest way possible. And you're constantly being brought back into that state of peace for yourself. So that's our message for this week is being the observer, sitting with things before we kind of spit them out into the world, and really appreciating the state of peace that brings us. So there are your two cards for this week, the Observer and the Peace card. And that's what we're working toward is sort of this state of unbroken relationships, unburned bridges, fences that don't need mended. Everything is peaceful. And we are, true to ourselves and kind to others. So that is our message for this week. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you next week.